Good day, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, I want to discuss my 2021 official bull run price predictions for Bitcoin and Ethereum. We will also run through a little bit of technical analysis with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if you like the sound of that, please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Now, guys, before I give my official bull run price predictions for these two coins, I need to preface this by saying this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Also, guys, nobody knows for sure where these coins are going to go. Okay, there's extrapolations based on market cap, what the previous cycles do, stock to flow models, but ultimately nobody knows for sure. You know, there's banks and certain think tanks have put out their own price estimates for price predictions for where Bitcoin could go, and I've taken a look at all of those, all the people in the space, and I've kind of come up with my own ideas for what I think these coins can do. And so ultimately, I really wanted to say that this is for fun. I'm not really basing this off anything scientific because there's no way to know where these coins are going to go for sure. Now, with that being said, let's delve into this. Bitcoin. Guys, I'm going to just say, I think Bitcoin could hit $300,000 this bull run. In fact, that is my conservative estimate for Bitcoin, in my opinion. If Bitcoin hit 500,000, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Several hundred thousands, even higher than that, $1 million, I would not be the least bit surprised. I'll tell you why. Crypto has never been more developed at the beginning of a bull run, higher demand, lower supply, with more money being printed, with the most amount of institutional players interested ever. This is the perfect recipe for crypto. Guys, this year has the potential to be one of the most insane parabolic years for cryptocurrency in history. Because the Americans have been printing trillions. It's the global reserve currency. They've been printing trillions and trillions of dollars. 25 to 30% of the U.S. dollar supply was printed this year, and that's going to continue, which is going to devalue their currency and inflate assets such as gold and other assets such as crypto. So for that reason, the rich, they understand it's not only a risk, it's a liability to hold U.S. dollars. Holding U.S. dollars, it's like every year, let's say you have $1,000 in your bank account. Every year, $100 worth of that, $200 worth of that, it will just be burned, just sitting there every single year because the amount of money that's constantly being printed. The rich understand this. They're looking for somewhere to place their money. You can put your money in the stock market. The stock market, in my opinion, is a bubble. It's completely propped up by the American government, and who knows if you can even make returns at a greater rate than the dollar is being devalued. You probably can. You know, most hedge funds will be lucky if they make 8% in a year. The U.S. dollar is being devalued arguably in sometimes more than 8% a year. So where can you put your money? Some people are starting to realize it's crypto, MicroStrategy, PayPal, Square, Grayscale. Those institutions alone are buying several times more Bitcoin than there is supply. That's the 4 institutions. What's going to happen when every bank, corporation, individual, rich person, country, investment fund needs to get their hands on some on some Bitcoin and crypto here? You know, this is why I think the case for crypto is so good. The future is so incredibly optimistic. So, guys, like I said, my official estimate is I think Bitcoin's going to hit at least 300,000. If it hits 500, if it hits $1 million, I'm not going to be the least bit surprised. But personally, what I'm looking out for when I'm going to, because I do own a little bit of Bitcoin, to be honest, I'm much more heavy in Ethereum, but I do own some. I'm going to be looking to scale out some of my Bitcoin once we hit, around $300,000. So that's just kind of what I'm looking for, guys. And, we will be doing some technical analysis with these coins once I get these price predictions out of the way. But I just wanted to say that's what I'm looking out for Bitcoin, guys. Do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for fun. Take this as entertainment, okay? Take this and do your own research, guys. But Ethereum is much more interesting in my opinion because I think personally Ethereum has a much higher ROI potential than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's all-time highs was $20,000. Ethereum's all-time highs was $1,450. Oh, it'll tell us right here. All-time highs. all-time highs, $1,448. So Bitcoin has pretty much doubled its all-time highs. It's at $40,000. Bitcoin has doubled its all-time highs. Ethereum is still below it. Ethereum is a very safe play in my opinion. It's not a shitcoin. It's gonna stay around. And with Ethereum 2.0 being rolled out, that aims to make Ethereum faster, cheaper to use, scalable, and also locks up a bunch of the supply for extended period of time at the beginning of a bull run when institutional players are getting involved, guys. Ethereum has amazing potential, in my opinion. You really can't sleep on it. So for that, for some of the reasons we've discussed here, I think Ethereum is going to reach $30,000. Last bull run, Ethereum reached over 10% of Bitcoin's price at the peak. So just assuming Ethereum reaches 10% of Bitcoin's price this time around, and that is an assumption, that is not a guarantee. I could be wrong. In fact, maybe, most likely I'll be wrong, right? So that's why it's not financial advice. Do your own research. But these things I'm discussing, I think, are very probable. So if I think Bitcoin's going to 300,000, I think Ethereum could go to 30,000. I really do think it could. So that is my price prediction for Ethereum, and given that it's well below, I mean, not well below, it's below its all-time highs, I think something like Ethereum has a better return on investment potential if you're holding for the long term than something like Bitcoin does. And to just explain what my trading strategy is, I've made a video talking about my trading strategy called How to Make Money in Cryptocurrency. I'll leave like a card, it should be like on the top right corner to that video, but just to briefly mention what my trading strategy is. Right now, we are in a bull market. Things are exploding in price. We're, in my opinion, at the beginning of this bull market. So, and I think we're likely to top out sometime in 2021. So just so you understand, cryptocurrency moves in cycles. There's cycles where there's times where we explode parabolically in price, then we crash and consolidate for years, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This is the way cryptocurrency goes, and it's due to the Bitcoin halvings. So, in my opinion, we're in the beginning stages. I know it's crazy to see with the parabolic movement upwards of a new cycle that I think is likely to end around 2021. So I will be selling my bags I will begin to scale out third quarter 21, but I will be most likely fully out fourth quarter 2021. Just so I'm not telling you have to do that, but I do think that this bull run will peak out and we will crash and enter a bear cycle and consolidate for years around the end of 2021, 2022. No one knows for sure because, again, there's arguments that these cycles are being prolonged. Then there's also arguments as well that now with the institutional players, the crashes won't be as severe, and that's definitely a possibility. So instead of maybe a 90 or 80% correction, 70% correction in the bear market, maybe it's only a 60 or 50% correction, right? Who knows? But point being, I think we're in the beginning stages of a bull run. It's likely to end around 2021. And then after that, 2022, I think we're very likely to enter a bear market. Everything's going to crash. We're going to consolidate for years, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This is what I'm looking out for. I think you should consider some of the things I mentioned if you're in crypto as well. I'm holding for the long term, end of 2021, because I think if I buy solid projects and hold for the long term around the end of 2021, that's where the most profit potential is, at least for myself. So that's what I'm doing, guys. That is my trading plan for this bull run. Those are my official price predictions for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Do your own research. I might be wrong. In fact, most likely, I'll be wrong. I mean, I don't think I will be, but I mean, I just have to say that as well. Guys, give our Twitter a follow. Okay, I tweeted this the other day. This is right here, my official, price predictions for this bull run as well. Check out our Referral store. Link for that will be down in the description below as well with our Twitter. Give us a follow. We really appreciate it. We're doing NFT art. Well, hopefully one day soon we're going to have a full-fledged NFT store here. Actually, yeah, very soon we're going to be adding more stuff here. So check us out. Give us a follow. Consider buying an NFT to support the channel. Really appreciate that. So check that out, guys. Now to move on to the TA. What's going on with these coins in the short term? Jesus Christ, guys, Bitcoin is at $40,000. That is insane. I honestly did not think we would see this kind of price action this early on in the cycle. Now, something to consider. Okay, I think we're moving within the boundaries of this pitchfork. I've recently started learning more about these pitchfork tools here, and it's very interesting to see how well price action does react off this. So bottom line, what I'm getting at is I think if we maintain above the the 40,000 to it's so crazy to say that number, guys. The 40,400, we will remain bullish in the short term here, and ultimately, I think we need to remain bullish. We need to maintain above the 50 EMA on the hourly here, because we can see how the 50 EMA kind of hugs the lower extremities of this pitchfork extension. So if we break down from that, I think we're likely to downtrend for a continued period of time here in the short term. But as long as we maintain above the 50 EMA here on the hourly, I think we're likely to continue trending upwards. Another thing to consider, guys, Bitcoin has been absolutely exploding parabolically. Look at this. This is crazy. So at some point here, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next week, next month, Bitcoin will have a bit of a correction here, a bit of a extended pullback, and a little bit of consolidation. Now, people are saying, 20-30% pullbacks. I'm starting to think something like that is less and less likely. I think maybe a 10 to 20% pullback will be far more likely for Bitcoin going forward, just because of the institutional players, with Grayscale alone purchasing 3 times more of the supply in December than there was being produced. How can the price tank 30% when there's all these institutions constantly soaking up vastly more Bitcoin than there is being produced? It's obviously it is possible. 30% correction is definitely 100% possible, and in fact perhaps likely to happen at some point. We're so overextended. I doubt. I mean, actually, I don't know. I was gonna say I doubt we're gonna go up in a straight line forever, but I mean, who knows? I mean, but I do think, just keep an eye out for, guys. We might have an extended correction at any point here. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. But just understand, these markets are highly volatile, and if you're holding for the long term, such as myself, that's I think your best chance to make money in these markets, because that's what I'm doing. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but that is what I'm doing now. Looking at the hourly, stochastic going down, MACD going down, RSI going down. So yeah, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if we have a bit of a correction here in the short term. Perhaps test the lower extremities of this pitchfork, or the 50 EMA here on the hourly. We can see how price reacted off that. So I think we're gonna have a bit of a correction here in the short term. Again, volume going down. So that's kind of what I'm looking out for in the short term. You guys already heard what I think long term is gonna happen. Now moving on to Ethereum here. Ethereum, I think, is as well in kind of this pitchfork. You can see how price is kind of reacting to the extremities of this pitchfork. Let's see here. Yeah, I think the thing we need to look out for Ethereum to remain bullish is the 100 EMA on the hourly. I'm trying to find what EMA kind of hugs the lower boundaries of this pitchfork, because as long as we're above this, I think we're ultimately likely to just trend upwards within this thing. But if we start to close down below our 100 EMA on the hourly and this kind of pitchfork here, I think we're likely to see extended correcting. But guys, Ethereum's near its all-time highs here at 1400. I think it's just a matter of time before we see it. And given that we broke out bullishly, although we had a fake out, so we were in an ascending triangle here, broke out bullishly, had a fake out downwards. Now perhaps we're retesting the breakout point to perhaps hold that as support. I think what might happen here is we fall back down a little bit more. Maybe test this breakout. If we can in fact hold this breakout as support and go for a further leg up, I think we're going to tackle all-time highs pretty soon here, guys. That's my opinion. Now, if we break below the 100 here EMA, I think the 10,030 makes a lot of sense for where we could go next. Let's do a Fib retracement to kind of understand where we could break down if we do break down. So take there to here. Okay. So I think, okay, so I'd say the mid I'd say at 1,000, yeah, like the mid thousands makes a lot of sense for me in terms of support. Okay, we have the 382 right there, and the 200 EMA would be around the mid 1,000s if we assume some time will pass before we break down. So guys, just that's kind of what I'm looking out for. Okay, if we do break down from the 100, I think we're going to find at least temporary support at the mid 1000s here. Okay, as well, another thing, we need to keep an eye out for Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance being the total value of Bitcoin in comparison to the total value of all cryptocurrency. I'm constantly talking about this. I hope it's not getting annoying, but I do believe it is very important to follow. Whenever Bitcoin dominance rises, the altcoins typically suffer. Whenever Bitcoin dominance falls, the altcoins typically benefit. And so we're currently rising right now, and I'm curious, I wonder if we're likely to continue rising and perhaps get rejected off this like ascending triangle when it comes to Bitcoin dominance. So let's zoom out here and I can show you what I'm talking about. So yeah, if we see this kind of ascending triangle here, based off these kind of two bottoms here, we extend this, we can clearly see how Bitcoin dominance before not only reacted but got rejected off this line. So I'm curious if we continue to move up until around like the 72, 73 level. I wonder if we get rejected. If indeed Bitcoin dominance does get rejected at the 72, 73 range, which I could expect a rejection around there. If we dump further, I think the altcoins would definitely benefit. So another thing I've been looking at recently, the DXY, the dollar index. So whenever the dollar falls, other currencies benefit. Other currencies being cryptocurrency. So, as we can see here, the dollar has been absolutely crashing as of late, which makes a lot of sense because the Americans, look at this. Yeah, this is the dollar, guys. This is literally the American dollar. And it's crashing because the Americans are printing trillions and trillions of dollars, devaluing their currency. So, as we can see here, we're I think this is interesting because we're kind of moving up here. We broke past some EMAs, but we have the 100 EMA here on the 6 hour, a bunch of these larger EMAs right above us. So I'm curious if we're soon to expect a rejection, because I don't think anything fundamentally has changed to make the US dollar stronger, except maybe, the presidency and some politics. But I think it's a matter of time, the trend is your friend, before we find rejection and continue moving downwards. And if and when that happens, other currencies, such as crypto, is perhaps the benefit. So guys, if anything interesting happens with Bitcoin and Ethereum, we definitely talk about it in our Discord group. Link to join that will be down in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. These are my official bull run price predictions. That's it for now, y'all. Take care.